Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the latest edition of You Get What You Get. I'm Ricky Hampton with my great friends, Tree McDougal and Tim Turner. Come to you on a Tuesday evening. Hope everybody's week is off to a good start. Definitely good to see you, Tree, and you, Tim. Got a lot of good things to discuss tonight, but I want to just see how everybody's doing. Tim was make that trip to Cleveland for the NABJ convention. That's probably number what for you? 50?
No, sir. The organization is 50 by itself. 50th anniversary of the NABJ. So I was not there when they were chiseling it with on cave walls.
Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
Well, I think I was circling the cave when they were doing that. Okay.
Funny.
Yeah, this is what I found out from being there for like 4 days. That Cleveland rocks. I want you to know that Cleveland does rock.
Oh, okay.
Cleveland rocks, no doubt about it. And really, any idea what number this is for you?
Gosh, I think it's
definitely double digits.
I think it's 10. Yeah,
definitely.
About
10 consecutive, or did you miss any years?
It was in a row for like about 7, and then it was a lull, and then it was Atlanta, lull, DC, lull, and then Chicago, Cleveland back to back. So it's about 10, and it'll be a three-peat because next year the conference is in Atlanta, and the year after that, yeah. So. This shirt, it's a T-shirt here. Right, shoot, edit, report is for the conference for next year, August 12th through the 16th in the lovely city of Atlanta. By that time, people are going to say, we're tired of y'all, because that will be pretty much on the heels of about a month and a half of World Cup soccer.
Wow.
So, it's a lot going on in the city next year, so.
Atlanta's a great city too. I mean,
yeah.
I went to the one in Atlanta, Ricky, and at the time I had this really short haircut, and people kept thinking I was the mayor at the time, Shirley Franklin. And so I walked into a restaurant, they were like, "Oh my God, the mayor is here. We were getting ready to close, but you can stay." And I was like, "I'm not the mayor." I mean, like everywhere I went, for some reason, people thought I was Shirley Franklin that year. I'm just like,
what year was that, Tree?
What year was that, Tim, when it was in Atlanta? I don't remember what year.
They've had several since then. They've had one like in 2000, 2001, 2002. They had the last one that was in Atlanta, I'm thinking.
Yeah, so it was about that time. Yeah, whatever one that was.
Because
people swore I was her. I mean, my hair wasn't gray, but it was a short crop cut like hers, and I guess 2 light-skinned Black women. I don't know. I didn't see it, but everybody in Atlanta did, and I was honored too. I was honored.
Poor vision.
Absolutely.
Is it poor vision, Tim?
Yeah, they're a city of poor vision. You know, you could be her stunt double.
I was trying to figure out how I could make money off of that, but you know.
Yeah, so that would be
depending if people liked her or not. That was the only thing.
See?
That's good.
Lovely. She's a lovely lady, just like you, Trey. I see it.
I see it now. I can see it now. I couldn't see it.
I don't remember her tenure she made at Atlanta. I guess that's probably a good thing. The way that stuff goes nowadays, right?
Because I don't think about it. What's the dude Fitzpatrick up in the D?
Oh, everybody remembers his tenure.
so Mayor Fitzpatrick of Detroit.
Oh, I don't want to get you guys off track. I was just
Kwame Kilpatrick.
Kwame Kilpatrick.
Kwame was Trump pardoned Kwame.
Oh, okay. I thought you said Fitzpatrick.
Yeah, it's Kwame Kilpatrick.
Okay.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Who was pardoned by Trump, and of course he went out and stomp for Trump, and damn if Trump didn't win Michigan. So hey,
is that
Anyway.
what won Michigan? Let's go back to sports.
Yes. Anyway.
Cleveland rocks.
Cleveland was awesome, right?
Yeah, so we got the Sam Lacey awards ceremony program here. They honored a bunch of folks that were trailblazers in the business. Yeah, Jim Brown, a Cleveland Brown. You got Archie Griffin, only 2-time Heisman Trophy winner, back-to-back years. I find it still amazing. He's the only person to ever do it.
But didn't he beat Walter Payton out one of those years?
I think he did. Yeah.
He should be a one-time. With all due respect to Archie.
Desmond Howard, who was the only special teams player to ever win the MVP of the Super Bowl. You see him every Saturday on College game day, yucking it up there. LeBron James, who's from Akron, which is like 30 miles up the road.
Mm-hmm.
He wasn't there, but he sent a bunch of his kids from his school there to accept on his behalf. Dr. Madeline Manning Mims, who is a former Tiger Bell, outstanding track athlete. Renee Powell, who Ricky knows for her work on the links. Her dad built a golf course, is what you said?
Yeah, her father built Clearview Golf Course in 1948 when he did that? And Renee played on the LPGA Tour. She may have been the first Black woman to play on the LPGA Tour. But you guys probably, I don't know if you knew this or not, but Athelia Gibson played on the LPGA Tour as well. Talk about an athlete. The tennis champion, the Wimbledon champion, Athelia Gibson retired. I'm going to take up golf. Damn, she ain't going to get a tour card. I hate her. No.
Renee Powell and Barbara Turner, who was a Clevelander who had a really challenging upbringing, went out to the University of California and played really well, and became a first-round draft pick in the WNBA. And then they had 2 Lifetime Achievement Awards. One was to a good friend of ours, Rick, former journalist Justice Hill, longtime reporter. Now he's in retirement, and all you do is see photos of Justice from all corners of the world. He's a travelogue dude now, and every chance he gets, he dogs my hometown airport, not airport, but airline Delta, for doing something to him. And I have to tell him to pipe that down. You can't come to Atlanta next year, keep talking about our people.
Stop him at the gate. You can't come. You can't get off. You can't come through.
Justice probably gold medallion or whatever now.
Man, he probably got triple platinum medallion.
Whatever the highest thing is.
Yeah. And also they gave one to Jane Kennedy, who was like the pioneering on sports journalism. She told a really great story about how they brought her in. Well, at first they were going to give her the opportunity to even try out for the gig, but she had an ace in the hole. She knew Jim Brown, and Jim Brown exerted some pressure to give her just even an interview. So they chose 16 women. Each one of them were going to have a pro athlete and to do an interview with them. And so of the 16 women, 15 were blonde. Jane was the only one that was a sister, and she went last. But as it was, she was just sitting there instead of just wasting the opportunity. She saw a backgammon set, and so she never said who the pro athlete was that she interviewed, but she just said to the dude, she says, "You play backgammon?" He said, "Yeah, I play backgammon." So while the other people were interviewing, they sat there and played a couple of games of backgammon and got to know each other. So by the time that was time to do the interview, they were like old friends, and it worked. Yeah. And so the network still wasn't convinced. So the Brent Musburger said, "It's Jane Kennedy or nobody."
Wow.
And that's how she got up in there. And but they had a hurdle to jump, because as it was, they had Brent Musburger, Irv Cross, and now they're gonna have Jane Kennedy. 2 blacks, 1 white. So they were afraid they were going to lose the Southern affiliates because there were 2 blacks and 1 white.
What year is this, Tim?
Oh, this was gosh, I don't know, it was in the 70s, something.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, in the 70s, because I remember her doing
Look
that.
it up at the call.
And so they were afraid that the Southern affiliates were not going to go for that, 2 blacks and 1 white. So then they remembered they had Jimmy the Greek come in there every so often to do his odds thing, and they brought in Jimmy the Greek to balance it out.
Wow.
And so they did that. Still they didn't believe in her because all of the 3 dudes had a year contract. She only had a 6-month contract. Okay.
Wow.
So there was some sort of fight.
This is her telling her story. She was telling this story during the convention.
She told the story. This is it.
And it's 1978, guys.
Yeah. Wow. They still didn't give her the that, but she was sitting there at CBS, and every other networks had an interview with. We're going to have an interview with Muhammad Ali. And what happened was, it's like they didn't have anybody to do that. And so, Jane said, "I'll go get the interview." They were like, "Yeah, right, you get the interview. Fly me to New Orleans and I'll get the interview." Mm-hmm. And so they flew her down there, and Ali said, "Come on in. I got 15 minutes." And she got the interview that none of the other networks got. They didn't know that she knew Ali for years. Mm-hmm. And so when she came back to New York, they gave her the year contract.
Wow.
Did you get a signed copy of her book?
I did not do that because I was tired.
Missed opportunity.
That's my NABJ life. The year they had to Detroit, both Arthur Ashe and Rosa Parks had book signings.
And you were tired? You were tired both times?
I'll always get a chance to see both of them. I think Ashe died that year, and Rosa Parks died 2 years later. So, those type of things. So, and here was, she had a book signing the day before, and I was, it was a long day. We were packing up. The Atlanta chapter of the NABJ was packing all the gift bags for the to give out to people at the Saturday night event, because the host city for the next year always throws the last party of the whatever the deal is. Right. So it was spent the day packing those bags. So yeah, it was kind of worn out. That plus going to a couple of screenings that were there. Jerry Bembry, a friend of the show, screened a documentary, 8 for 8, about 8 people whose lives were touched by Kobe Bryant. An outstanding piece of work. You'll be able to see it on ESPN Plus. And another one, it's now the woman escapes me, and I don't have the information with me, but there's a documentary about the most decorated female track star in history. Now, Rick, I'm quite sure you can just quickly Google, but the deal is with her, she had to she wanted to have a family and have a life, and the track people tried to force her to hide her pregnancy. And the whole story is about how female athletes have to have a different standard. And this was more so about maternal care for African-American women. I think the mortality rate is 3 times that of white women. And just the whole night, she had no insurance. She had nothing. That documentary was a powerful piece. And I wish I had the information. I hadn't started the story without it, but they shopped it to the streaming services. And they said, well, advocacy pieces we don't make a lot of money with those. They don't do well. So they're still looking for a larger distribution place. And what they're thinking of doing is just taking it around the country to audiences that will be likely be affinity audiences. And I'm thinking, hey, anywhere where you got a large urban population, the people who like track will be all over this. It's extremely well done. Extremely well done.
And not just track, though, right? Wouldn't it be appealing to other segments?
Yeah, it will be appealing to anybody who cares about female health care, because it talks about all the challenges that she had, and try just to have her kid. So it was a really strong piece. So, there was that's why I didn't see the other. I think one of them happened while Jane Kennedy was doing their book signing.
And I missed, who was the athlete? I didn't hear you say the name. Who was it?
Because I forgot her name.
Oh, okay, never mind then.
Just a sec. Hold on.
No. No.
Yeah.
Tim mentioned.
Had to go find it. If the documentary is called She Runs the World.
Oh, okay.
Joining the fight for better maternal health care.
Okay.
And her name is
Allison. And I can't read because I don't have my glasses on. It's somewhere around there.
Okay.
Put it way away from you, Tim. Yeah.
Where
I
are
don't
you?
long enough.
Tim, like this. Like, close one eye.
See, that's just cold-blooded.
Hey, it works for me.
Well, you mentioned Jim Brown and speaking up for Jane Kennedy. If you read Maurice White's book, My Life with Earth, Wind, and Fire, he credits Jim Brown for starting their career.
I don't doubt it.
He went to them and would say, "Hey, you guys need to book these guys. They are really, really good." And
it's Allison Felix is her name.
Felix?
Not familiar with her.
Felix. ALLYSON Felix. And they've screened this at Tribeca this year, Martha's Vineyard Film Festival. It's there for their summer series and at the Bentonville Film Festival. So it should be it was just terrific to see. Very well done. There's a lot of talent out there.
Sounds like you had a great time at the convention.
Yeah, thank you for sharing.
It's a recharge for once a year you get filled up and you start thinking about, you think differently once you leave there, for sure. So yeah.
And now that you're older, I would assume you go there for different. When you're young, you're always looking for that next job. Now you're not worried about that. You're just going to, like you said, to recharge.
There's a lot of that because I rolled through the job fair just to pick up trashy knick-knacky stuff. And as one of them, as a matter of fact, I have a new ring light, one of 3 that I brought back with me. One will be gifted, but there will be ring lights, pens, pads. But there are people there who are all about business. They have booths over there where they get these guys of hair and makeup, professional headshots. A lot of kids there, just trying to get their foot in the door. A lot of great questions at a lot of the different sessions from people who are really eager to learn, and it's refreshing.
Are the newspapers still there in mass the way they used to be?
Not like they used to. Matter of fact, they were this time around. I think it was the fewest booths that I ever saw. I mean, you're going to have the big papers there, like the New York Times, LA Times, but it's mostly these companies like McClatchy and Tegna, and all these people that have these Sinclair, all these people that have these large group of media
outlets,
yeah. Mm-hmm. So they were there, and like you get these like the Wall Street Journal, the Guardian from out of England, and AP, but a lot of schools were there, which is I thought was interesting. I guess they have people do a lot of postgraduate work, or graduate work, excuse me. And so,
Tim, didn't you say? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
No, I was going to say, didn't you say that was it Fortune who had laid off all of their writers for to use AI? And we were having a discussion, Ricky, about how it might be harder for if that's the route that media organizations are going with using AI, how difficult it will be for students to graduate and then get jobs as writers or whatever. Did I capture that conversation correctly, Tim?
Yeah, you did, absolutely. And but an aside to that, there was I went to one session about reclaiming your writing in the age of AI, and it had a panel in there, and one of the people on the panel was Ricky, we had him on the show at Roscoe. Roscoe was a mentor of his, as a matter of fact. Mark Spears, who works at ESPN, and he was up there and he showed, and he said he went on Chat GPT and typed in, "What is Mark Spears' net worth?" And he looked at it, and then it said he was worth $19 million. And he was like, "Wow." Mean I could quit work? He said, "No, I think you better keep on the job because that's not right. Not by any stretch of the imagination." So
I need to ask ChatGPT how much I have.
That is but it's the idea where it seems like you're going to be doing even double the work because it'll spit out information, but is it right?
Yeah.
So that's the.
You still got to have editors.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You
got. And I think you mentioned Fortune Tree. I think Sports Illustrated did something down the same line, and Sports Illustrated was the gold standard of sports writing.
Oh my gosh! Everybody wanted to work for SI. Everybody wanted to work for SI.
Yeah. So
that was a gold standard back in the day. But Gannett tried it with high school stuff last year locally. And it was a massive failure. And so they had to still go back to writers. And I was, nobody's happier than writers to see where people can't just plug in a bunch of numbers and see a story written. It just doesn't work that way. There's no nuance. There's no feel to it. It's, everybody knows you see those long M dashes, you know who wrote it. So you have to be really careful. There's got to be some plagiarism detection devices and stuff there. So it was really interesting. Just really interesting, as it is always. They have stuff for just about everybody.
Oh, fantastic. And that's your NABJ report from Tim Turner.
Yes, that's what it is.
That's great.
No, that is outstanding, man.
We'll be looking forward to next year's report from you, sir.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to get to Atlanta, man. Absolutely.
I was on when it was in Houston, I think in '94. I was on the committee, and I saw precious little of anything at NABJ. I have two memories of it. This guy, one of one of the ghetto boys was in a panel and called women hoes, and it went sideways real quick where he nearly was killed in that room because
who was doing that?
This guy it was one of the ghetto boys. I forget what his name, but this is the guy. He got shot through the eye not too long after that.
Was it Buck? I don't know.
But that was not pretty. There was another thing with I was working for the Chronicle, the Houston Chronicle, and I asked them to give me their suite. Ricky, did you go to the game?
I was covering the line. I was at
camp. But they had a suite, and it was like about and we had about like 40 people up in there. Had tickets to the Cubs and Astros, and then at the end of the night, dude handed me the bill. I was like, there's a bill associated with this. That thing was over $20,000. Those Negroes ate and drank $20,000 worth of stuff.
Now we know why the Chronicle had massive layoffs in '94.
Yeah, pretty much after that. I took that bill back to the guy who gave me the suite from the head of vice president of marketing. I said, Mr. Brown, I'm so sorry. I was just like, I did not know this was going to. He looked at this and said, $20,000? Man, this is nothing. Give me that.
must be not. I did not. I was covering the Lions. That's when, because they just drafted
Barry.
McNair. Yeah,
who?
McNair. The Oilers drafted McNair that year.
Okay, all right.
First round, yeah. And
that is not right. That's not right. Because
not right.
At a sports task force meeting, They were talking about stories to cover that nobody else covered. And I said at the end of the meeting, is a kid at quarterback at Alcorn, you need to be watching him. His name is Steve McNair. And Wilbon was in there. And then he acted like, he discovered him. Okay.
Right.
I was like, I'll be doggone.
What I remember from that meeting, my former wife, Renee, was there. And she met Al Sharpton was there. And apparently it was hot and humid August in.
Where are you going with that?
And all the ladies' hairs just built and Al's stuff is sharp as a tack. Renee asked her, Reverend Sharpton, what is your secret, man?
Yeah, what products are you using? Did he say anything?
I use nothing but berries.
Well, I think we got a show to do, so we should probably get to it, right? Good NABJ, man, National Association of Black Journalists, which has done just outstanding work over the years, promoting diversity in America's newsrooms. And there's no telling what they would look like without NABJ. I think you both you guys will agree with me with that. True. But there was football over the weekend. The start of
I heard
preseason football actually started a week before. It's a Hall of Fame game. But you had a full slate this weekend. And man, Shedeur Sanders made his debut at quarterback for the Cleveland Browns. And he did okay, I would think.
I heard that he did very well.
Yeah, here's just some highlights of some of his plays. And Tim, we were talking off air. I mean, everything this guy's going to do this year is going to be scrutinized. But I love what you were saying to Tree and I off air about the analysis of his performance.
Well, it was LeBron James was watching it. And, he's a Clevelander, a Metro Cleveland guy, Browns fan, in addition to be a Cowboys fan. He said, he didn't want to hear people saying it was only against second and third team players in the preseason. But he said, had he stunk it up, people have been dogging him for not playing well against second and third team people in the preseason. So he showed out. He showed that he belongs up there, at least for one game in preseason. Let's not, put a gold jacket on him yet like his daddy, but he didn't embarrass himself.
Right. And I totally agree with what LeBron was saying. But, man, he was playing against the Panthers, so.
Yeah.
It was the second and third teamers from the Panthers. It wasn't like the second and third from the Chiefs or the Eagles. Yes. Yeah. So we got people here who'll be talking about paper and plastic next week.
He's a very poised player. I mean, and one of the things he's used to being under pressure playing at Colorado, where they did not block for him one bit.
No.
So
it looks like he's having that same issue there with the Cleveland running for his life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna see if I can get his touchdown pass here before we get out of here.
What was the final score? And I said I missed this game.
I thought something like 30. I think it was a big win for those guys. I want to make sure that I get the score right.
Here it comes right here. It's a great pass, man.
Nice.
That
was a great pass.
I just love it when people, he's doing well, and people are just chomping at the bit to see him fail, which is crazy. Yeah, Cleveland won 30-10. I knew it was a big win for him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it's good.
But
how was the player that was injured during the Falcons game? The Detroit Lions player?
Norris is back in Detroit at training camp. He's in concussion protocol.
Okay. Right. Didn't he travel with the team?
Back in a couple of weeks. I'm like,
he didn't travel with him. I think he stayed at Grady a couple of nights.
He stayed
No,
over.
no. I thought I heard then they said he could travel with the team or something. No.
Oh, you mean could travel with the team? Okay.
Maybe. I don't know. I was just trying to verify.
Yeah, but Tree, that was scary from what I never saw it, and I think networks are being more sensitive to that kind of stuff.
Mhm.
Like, if you didn't see it live, you don't need to be watching it over and over again. Because I really.
But kudos to Raheem. He was Coach Raheem was fantastic. He said, "We're not doing this, man," and Coach Dan Campbell was right there with him.
Mhm.
And because when they went and took a snap, and he just started holding the ball. It took me a second to realize, oh, if we got to stand here the next 15 minutes, that's what we're going to do.
Mhm.
Because the NFL told them, you guys got to finish this game. And the coach
said no.
We're not doing that.
We ain't doing this. Doing that. And Tim, as you well know, those snaps are important to a lot of guys.
But all those people who were playing there were not starters. They need the film, even if it's not for that team. They need it for somebody else. So I mean, it was valuable to them, but at the same time, who was in any kind of mental condition to even go through that the rest of the way? Just like when the Bills played the Bengals.
Right.
I mean, yeah. I mean,
that's regular season.
I wasn't unaware that Hamlin was, dead twice on the field. I just thought he was knocked out, but that, when they recall what happened, I mean, this was eerily the same way because the players, the minute he got hit, I understand they clutched their helmets and they were looking away because he was there curled up like in a C, having the extended convulsions. And that's when they knew that there was something really wrong with him.
Of this most recent player?
Yeah, the guy Friday night. Yeah.
Okay.
So they just were, because he got hit awkwardly. It wasn't like a dirty play or anything. It was just wrong hit, the wrong time type thing. So,
and kudos to the NFL, man. Their medical teams are just outstanding, and once again, probably saved Norris's life because the Lions were in fear for his life the other night. But they acted quickly, and what we learned from Hamlin, the medical teams, they already know they're out to the hospital if something happens, and they have to get all that stuff is pre-planned because every second counts. But guys, I think these things are kind of inevitable now with the athletes that are out on the football field today.
Why is it inevitable?
Well, they're bigger, faster, stronger.
Okay.
I mean, bigger. I think I texted you guys about here in Detroit, Jerry Ball, 6 foot, 300 pounds. He was considered huge.
Yeah.
And, very athletic. He's a little dude now.
Yeah, I remember Jerry Ball. He's from Texas, and he's a backgammon player.
Yeah.
It wasn't that you got me that pass in the locker room. I went over there and was talking to him about playing Bones, and he grabs me and shoves me in front of 3 lions and says, "Tell him what I told you. Tell him what I told you." I was like, they played backgammon in Texas, sir. He's a big old dude, man. And that was I got those quotes for you from Andre Ware that night, because I think he and Rodney Pete were not speaking to each other.
Yeah.
They were competing for a job.
Yeah. I remember that. But the guys today are just, I mean, you got linemen that run like tight ends used to run, right?
Right. Absolutely. And that's the thing about it. Everybody's doing something. I wish I put the clip I should have put in there to represent my people, the kickers, or the kid from Jacksonville kicked a 70-yard field goal. The longest kick in history of the NFL would have been if the game counted, but it was a preseason game, so it was just a 70-yard kick. But
okay, you keep talking, I will find that kick.
Tom Dempsey's field goal for 63 yards stood for like 40 years, and it's like been broken like 6 times in the past, 7 years, in terms of 65, 66. I mean, they're going out further and further. And the kid that kicked the 70-yard field goal, he had like about 6 yards to spare. It didn't just over the goalpost. It had some depth to it. So, granted,
that's not true. If you don't have a field goal kicker to kick 56, 57 yards, you're behind the game. Everybody got one now.
What was your longest kick, Tim?
We don't want to talk about that. It was 37 yards.
How much?
Yards. Essentially a glorified extra point. Yeah. And that was the last game of my collegiate career. I was like 0 for whatever in field goals.
That's more than I ever made. And of course, I didn't try, but
this is a 70-yard field goal. And watch it. The dude behind him, look where he caught the ball.
Yeah.
Boom.
that's
Wow.
cool.
Wow.
70.
And this is outside. I mean, he's in Florida, but nonetheless, he's outside.
I mean, that's humid. That's a heavy air place. If he's in Denver, he probably kicks an 80-yard field goal.
How long before the NFL addresses this?
They should start. If you kick it I think if you kick it 70, it should count for 4 points or 5. You can't just let it be 3. That's just weak.
And as speaking of debuts, that's Travis Hunter.
That's what I was thinking. I thought that was
made
Travis.
his debut for.
He played both ways, and he looked unremarkable in the time he was out there. He played him on defense, and he realized that those running backs are shiftier than they are in college, because he was grabbing at grass trying to tackle at somebody.
Yeah.
Who got around there, and he made a couple of catches. The first play he was out there on offense, he made a short catch, but he can't get away from these guys like he could in college. Maybe it's just the first, and these are just second and third teamers.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how he develops over time, for sure. But man, it's fun to have football back. That is for sure. We got college football around the corner. We got the big game between FAMU and Mississippi Valley. We just don't know where they're going to play.
Wait a minute. Do we have the big game between FAMU and Valley?
We got the phantom game between.
That's
one of the great. Now we all know the HBCU experience.
Yes.
But this is right up there at the top, guys.
Yeah. This is worse than a registrar's office.
I don't know. I love Jiho for North Carolina A&T.
The greatest homecoming of all time, which is a fib, but okay.
On Earth.
On Earth.
I don't know about anywhere else, but on Earth, yeah. Tickets sold out like within 2 hours. It took me about an hour to get my ticket, but yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. Who do they play? South Carolina State.
Mm-hmm.
South Carolina State, North Carolina A&T. That's going to be a tilt, people. So yeah.
Yeah. So they got three big rival games, but that was it's homecoming. So yeah, it was hard, and I was like waiting for exactly 8 o'clock when the tickets open. But yes, go on with that other little game you're talking about.
Yeah. Was there a line when you went there, Trey?
Oh, I did it online.
Oh.
But there were people who were in line, and I was talking to a friend the other day. If they sold out within 2 hours and they had a line, did those individuals even get a ticket? Everybody was in line because the site kept crashing. So it was so many people trying to get tickets at one time. I had put in all my credit card information, and then it just stopped. I had to start, go through the whole process again. So hopefully they get that worked out for future ticket sales. But yeah, you were saying we all know the HBCU experience, so that was mine with just trying to get my little ticket. But Tim, you were saying about the game that may or may not happen.
Yeah. Oh yeah, well that's Ricky's story. Valley's supposed to play FAM in Atlanta at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Mercedes-Benz Stadium has no printed materials of this game ever happening. Fam wanted to get some tickets. You know, they like to sell tickets from the school that they're playing as a convenience to their fan base. They couldn't get tickets. Valley has really not stepped up and said what's happening with the tickets in Atlanta. So right now, folks may be trudging up to the Delta in Itta Bena instead of going to Atlanta. I know they're comparable cities. I know this. But I think Atlanta would probably be a better experience than traveling up 49, going up to Itta Bena.
You gonna get our tickets?
Oh, sure. Y'all come on down. We got plenty of room. Plenty of room. Come on.
All right.
I mean, I just do not understand. How can this be a thing?
Yeah. How can it be?
I mean, really?
It is almost, like the season starts next month. For some people, the end of this month. And we don't know where one of the games is going to be played. It's not like a hurricane postponement. This is something that's been planned for months.
You said you can't understand why it happened. I think you know.
Yeah, we
I think you know.
All right. Well, I do know why, but
shouldn't be.
I'm actually going on the Valley website right now.
What's that?
I am going to get an update right now from the Mississippi Valley website on this game.
I love being part of the HBCU family now. That was my dream.
You're an alumni.
That was my dream. I was trying to do Coming to America. I can't sing. Two, I barely remember the words.
I don't know.
But I know you do. Your encyclopedic mind of stuff.
Is it there,
the thing they have is called Buckle Up for Terrell Buckley, who's their new coach.
That's, great. Slogans. We don't need slogans here.
We didn't know where the game's going to be.
That's just marketing, Tim. That's just You don't need marketing?
No,
yeah. Not that kind?
What are we marketing?
Player?
The game is not even on the schedule.
That's not good.
Oh, here it is.
Oh, wait.
Wait a minute. They have it in Atlanta.
It's a dream.
They have the game being played in Atlanta.
Okay.
So, make your plans, I guess.
Hook us up, Tim. Ricky, come down. We can do our show from Atlanta.
I guess.
We could. That'd be worth
it. Anyway, they maybe we'll have an update next week. But that's but we've seen this before, Tim. SIDs don't update the stats, and they don't push their star players, and a lot of schools have just cut out the SID department. You go from legendary guys like Jefferson, who was at Jackson State, Kittle Stevens at TSU, and what was my man at Grambling?
I want to say Hoskins or Hopkins. That's not right.
I mean, but they were legendary guys,
right?
Who pushed their schools. All that's gone now.
So let me ask this then. So what's the background of an SID? Do they have because what it sounds like missing is marketing. Do they have marketing?
For sure, true.
They don't have the marketing experience anymore, or did they ever? Or they just know sports?
They don't even know sports.
Oh, okay.
They don't. Some of them don't. So that's the deal. And that's what's so sad.
The AD is Dr. Alicia Shields Gadsden.
Henry Hawkins was the guy's name. That's what I remember, the Valley.
Ah, okay. And
Hawkins.
she just got the job July 14th.
So hitting the ground running.
Yeah.
Give her time. Give her time.
Yeah, we'll give her some time. So yeah,
hasn't even been a month yet. Give her some space.
Yeah, and you know she got to pull together a staff, and as it was with Jackson State, had a tremendous relationship with their journalism people, because they had kids who did their stats. They had full stat crews who knew their stuff.
Yeah.
And I wish more schools would adopt that as maybe some sort of work study or part of their curriculum, that they do work on these different sports venues during the season.
That would be great, Professor Turner. I think you should pursue that, isn't it?
Yeah, I was just thinking that too, Trey.
Professor Turner, you could be teaching that.
Turner, they have a department there. Ron Thomas, you know him, Rick, long time out of San Francisco. He runs the sports journalism department at Morehouse. I saw him in passing in Cleveland as well. He had like about 8 students there from Morehouse.
Oh, fantastic!
There at the conference. But you know the collegiate journalism school of the year. Drum roll, please. North Carolina A&T.
Not the school, but I love it. But yeah,
they were the top collegiate J school of, I guess, the HBCUs. So
excellent.
David Squires, a former journalist, is now he's an instructor there at A&T.
I know that name, David Squires.
Yeah,
he's a Tar Heel, or a former Tar Heel, but he's at North Carolina A&T, and he's teaching those kids how to do their thing. So I'm thrilled for him.
Was anyone from Savannah State there, because they have a good communications department? It's one of their stronger.
Did not see Savannah State.
Okay.
Hey, we did have a great story occur over the weekend. Let me play this for you guys. Let's see if I can get it here. See if I can get this. This is courtesy of CBC.
Ready? We hope you're ready. And here we go.
And with that, Jen Powell makes history, becoming the first female umpire in Major League Baseball to make a call at home plate. The ball likely headed to the Baseball Hall of Fame, where the cap she wore in her umpiring debut Saturday will also be on display. That's when Powell smashed the MLB's gender barrier as the first female umpire to work a regular season game, officiating at first base.
It was pretty amazing when we took the field. Just incredible. Like, dream came true. Like, the dream actually came true.
The crowd at Sunday's series final celebrated another piece of sports history in the making, as did the players, many of whom recall Powell's work umpiring AAA games and during spring training.
Can't imagine how hard it is for her to have come up, and everyone says it's probably told her it was impossible, but to be a part of that, and they made a big deal out of it, as it should be.
Powell says this has always been her goal from when she started as a high school umpire more than 30 years ago, continuously progressing up the ranks before getting the call from the MLB.
I always wanted to umpire. Like, I knew I had the bug. I had it in my DNA, and then making it a career when I realized, wow, maybe I could be a major leaguer. Then I just went for it.
Analysts say Powell is leading by example.
It's not like tomorrow there are going to be a whole bunch, but I would expect that at the umpire training schools that there'll be a spike in female participants.
Powell is expected to be in the MLB's regular umpiring crew rotation, and she also predicts there'll be less fuss and fanfare as more women and girls get into making the calls in all levels of pro ball, right up to the majors. Philip Shannock, CBC News, Toronto.
I love that story.
Yeah, that's courtesy of the Canadian Broadcast Company. Pretty cool. And just like every her first strikeout was a ball. Her first call strike was a ball. I mean,
yeah, she had a close ball.
She's just like the rest of them now. She can't see.
Oh, wait.
Wow.
On behalf of women.
She gonna have to take it. She gonna have to take it. People like Rick Hampton saying those rude things.
That is a very cool story.
Couldn't let her have her moment.
Nope. Yes.
You call it balls and strikes now, lady. Get it right. The umpire, I think it's been terrible this year.
It's horrible. And the thing about it is those boxes that they have there showing balls and strikes. I mean, it makes it even worse.
But the catches are so slick now.
Well, no, that framing stuff, they do really a good job. Some of them are more subtle than the others, where they snatch the ball inside the box there. Some of them are really just bad at it.
Speaking of bad at it, she said a story about this.
You get it when he talks about framing the pitches. It'll be a little outside, and the catcher just the little subtlety. Yeah.
I can feel what you're about to do, Tree. Talking about somebody being bad at it. This guy actually was good at it. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, go ahead. Just your story.
Well, you may have heard that there was an ex-Heat security officer who was boosting, as Tim likes to call it, jerseys, and was making about $2 million, something like that, off of these stolen jerseys. I'm just like, Ricky would say, "Come on, man." Come on, man.
The thing about it, these are game-worn jerseys, which makes them even more valuable. They had one from the NBA Finals that LeBron wore, and he bought it. I think he sold it for like $200 or something, and somebody bought it for $100,000 or something to that effect. I'm like, he didn't know the value of what he had.
Yeah.
But how many game jerseys do the Heat have?
Well, this is over several years.
Yes.
Yeah, but still 400.
How do you evade security inside that building like that?
Nobody said, "Hey, where's my jersey?" I mean, what happens to a jersey after they take them off? What happens to them? I don't know what the chain of custody is for that.
That's a good question, Tree.
Good question, but a lot of times you'll see these NBA players after the game, they'll just take the jersey off and throw it to a fan and give it to somebody.
I've seen that.
They have to have a ton of them to go through something like that.
But it's a federal investigation.
That's funny. I was talking with Paul Mokeski the other day, and he was saying even when he played, he could wear a new pair of shoes every game if he wanted. It was that many around the locker room. Of course, you never wanted to do that because you wanted to break them in. But gear was just everywhere all the time. So if that was in the 90s, imagine what it is today.
Yeah.
So it's probably easy. He was a 25-year veteran of the Miami Police Department.
Wow.
Is that where he got his training? And
yes, it's like some Miami Vice type stuff.
Yeah.
Wow. You say he was good at it for a while, up to a point. Up to a point. And then
I wonder how he got busted though. I forget that part of the story.
It didn't say in the story I read. It didn't explain how.
It'll come out when it goes to the next level of
the judicial
process. The legal process.
This is how it was done, and this is they're gonna show people how to do it later on.
Or they should not let people know how to do it. That's nuts. That is nuts.
Well, that's a fail for him. But Ricky, did you have that fail for the NASCAR guy?
Yeah, I was going to say, I was about to congratulate him.
That's so awful.
He ran a fine race.
Yep.
Yeah, but it looks so terrible when he fell.
Well, he's alive,
Yeah, He didn't look like he was for a moment though, but still.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to watch. It's like, what?
Whoa. Bam.
But he's just like laying there.
You know why he's laying there?
He was knocked out, right?
He broke his collarbone. When he hit that did not have any give on that concrete. He broke his collarbone doing that. So,
that's unfortunate.
You think about that. He drives a car 200 miles an hour.
Yeah.
And it survives that. And
that netting, he slips on the netting. Whoa.
Oh.
Boom.
That is so unfortunate. Wow.
It's
hard to watch.
Yeah, a day he'll never forget. He won and he lost in the same time.
In a matter of minutes, he won and he lost. So yeah, that's hard to do.
Oh no, he'll remember that film is out there. You know, people are talking about it. Sort of like before that, people were talking about the Savannah Banana Player, but now this is new.
How about this one, guys?
There's more, but wait. There's more.
Talk about tats, man. See if I can find
tattoos.
Oh, that story, yes.
$50,000.
$50,000 tat.
$50,000.
Well, you had to pay for all the anesthesia and the medical crew and
you see,
knocked out.
This is a young, fit body. You wait till he's about like 70, 60, 70. Those eyes will be meeting on his back.
It's kind of hard for me to figure out what it is because it looks like one eye and the other one doesn't have it.
It's like an animal on one side and a person on the other.
Okay.
But then you got a cross, and then you got something that is saying
maybe.
Oh, I see it. I see it now.
You got something that says like, remember to replace your air filters. You see that?
You got the shield.
The shield, the NFL shield. I wonder if they're gonna let him do that, but okay.
Licensing.
That right there is like he has an extremely high tolerance for pain.
No. Because it's a part of this method that he does.
Yeah.
He's out of it. He's knocked out.
He's done the anesthesia. Tattoos getting $50,000. Athletes getting $50,000 tattoos.
Yeah.
High-end studios, elite artist teams, and hours sedated.
But I'm got to say, you got to wake up.
They got drugs for that. But and of course, as Tim is demonstrating, the comments are not kind.
Not at all.
Not kind at all.
No.
Particularly from the tattoo community, people get tattoos who said that's just lazy. He didn't even, it's like
people are criticizing the quality of the work.
No,
the
method. The method.
We don't like the method. He said lazy. It's like, there they go, calling us lazy again.
Because he didn't go through the traditional pain.
That's right.
That if you get a tattoo, which is why I'll never have one. But although I thought about it the other day, but not now because I want people to call me lazy.
Right. You're just lazy. You're sorry.
Lazy. Can't even get a proper tattoo with the pain. Yeah, I'm like, what? So.
Okay, Tree, you're an athlete.
Ish.
You're a runner. You're a runner.
I don't know if that's an athlete, but yes.
Have you ever once considered Rice Krispie treats as part of your training regime?
No, but that's some damn good marketing, isn't it? But that's go ahead and tell it.
No, you go ahead.
I just read a little bit of it that they were this runner saying she downs like 16 Rice Krispies before she does a marathon, and I'm thinking, I don't know. I read it, I was thinking it was like all at one time, but is it like I thought it said the morning of the race,
right
before the run? Rice Krispies. I've never thought of that, nor have I ever had a Rice Krispie, so I don't know.
Me either. I was thinking about today. Said I got to go get some Rice Krispie treats.
Is it cheap? Is it cheaper than the gels? Then I'm all for it.
It probably is. I said I want to go to the gym and see if I don't get sick, I'm okay.
Yeah.
Well, what I'm thinking is carbs and sugar. I can stop by Krispy Kreme on the way to the golf course.
It's not the same.
And get me some hot donuts, carbs, sugar.
I was just eating
I go out
pasta.
and shoot on the farm.
I might have to try Rice Krispie. Yeah, I've been running without Jill's lately.
Absolutely made me curious about trying Rice Krispies as part of a training regime.
I will go by the grocery store on my way to run tomorrow and see how that works. But yeah, that would have never occurred to me.
Not in a million years.
Or Tim, you try it first and let me know how it works for you.
Right.
Does anybody want to know how my Krispy Kreme routine is going to work? I'm going to try that tomorrow.
Okay, I know how that's going to work. They're going to have to find you in a coma somewhere with a glucose level of 700.
Man, I had the Krispy Kremes. When I worked in Winston-Salem, which is where the headquarters was at the time, I'm not sure if it's still there. Every meeting that I ever went to always had Krispy Kreme donuts. And so, you know what happens if you eat a whole bunch of donuts?
What?
No.
No.
In my case,
There's
some weight gain attached to it. Yes. So now when if I eat a donut, it's like I've cut it in half and I get criticized for cutting it in half. So yeah.
In the AU Center, every fraternity sorority fundraiser was Krispy Kreme.
They're great donuts.
Was the only thing open during snowstorms. So there was Tang and Krispy Kreme for a week. One snowstorm in Atlanta.
We sold them, absolutely.
Tang.
Yeah, Tang. That's right.
That's what they drank when they went to the moon. Tang.
That was my youth drink. I love Tang.
That was it.
That's what the astronauts had.
Yeah.
Did we miss anything tonight? We're at the past the time.
We did everything but the ESPN and Fox. Those bundling, the bundles. They're gonna be like $39 a month, where you get all the sports channels. Brothers like me will not watch any more TV. I would just be right there with those sports channels. Maybe a movie channel.
Tang.
They still got it.
Tang.
So Tang and Rice Krispies.
That's not Tang.
That's a fish joint.
How did that happen?
We gotta get out of here. Very, very fun hour, and your job is to find out, Tim, where Mississippi Valley and FAM are going to play their game this year.
We'll work on this.
And I volunteered to try the Rice Krispies.
Yes. Got your mission set for Tree McDougal, Tim Turner, and Rick Hampton.
All right. Be kind, everybody.